Hey YouTube, this is Spy Plane 662 Gaming here with a video on Ark Survival Evolved. This is my first uploaded content for Ark. I've been playing this for about a week now. Absolutely love the game. This game's been out for a very long time, but I didn't realize the potential of this game until a buddy of mine told me to go get it. So, pretty cool game. It's kind of like a combination between, Minecraft and Morrowind, or all those games combined. Really detailed, game, diverse in skills and different types of eras or epochs, if you will. Allows you to build different technologies. Right now, I'm kind of in between several, wood, stone, metal. But this is a PvE server. This is a dedicated PvE server on an alternate Xbox that I've got here at the house, that I've hosted for my friends and family. So I don't have to worry too much about folks coming in and raiding my stuff unless it's like my family, my kids especially, because they like to come in here and take my materials and leave me with nothing, just like in Minecraft. But very fun game. So I'm overlooking my Spy Plane homestead here. I've only got a couple of structures, or several structures built right now. I'm looking at top left corner or top middle, there's my house. Bottom right is my grind area or crafting area. I've been experimenting with crops and farming here, and eventually we'll start getting into taming more animals and raising them as well. I'll have a barn, and some other structures will be starting to populate here too. So for those of you who've been playing this game for a while, know this area really well. I chose this area because it's really secluded from a lot of the dangerous animals. I've got dinosaur gates up at the 3 locations inbound to the crater here. Additionally, the trees kind of provide it with, and the cliffs provide it with some structure to keep away any of the animals. It does spawn beaver dams every once in a while in the pond with fish, and of course it's not too far from any of the mountains or even the volcano to farm any of the metal, stone, wood, flint, any of those resources. So obsidian, crystal. Not too far from the snow biomes either, in the event of having to go get oil or polymer, organic polymer. But what's really cool about this location too is that there's 3 locations in this particular crater that supply drops in, as you can see by that blue ray right there. So pretty neat how periodically you can go in there and pick up blueprints or random gear. Like I found this GPS from a supply drop, which gives you your coordinates when you're looking at the map. Okay, so again, pretty neat. Here's my guy. He's currently a level 103. I believe 105 is the max. Again, this is my own dedicated server, so I do get the opportunity to enhance some of the gameplay. We bumped up weight. Carry weight was important for us because we didn't feel like being encumbered. Obviously, on the PvP servers, they're probably a lot less. I was recruiting into a tribe last week, and I believe the character that I had was limited to, or started off with about 100 pounds of weight carry capacity, which is really not much, but I think I was like level 50 or 60 when I left that tribe. Great bunch of guys though. Was able to join them for a little while, learned a lot about the game, and grinding with them for a little bit. I ended up leaving because I wanted to incorporate my family or kids and friends into the game, and it was just difficult to with the dynamics behind a open world server as theirs. Plus it was PvP oriented, so I'm not really involved with PvP oriented gameplay on this type of game. It's just nice to play this in a PvE environment with your family. Chose to buy an Xbox, set up the game as a dedicated server, and I can control what happens in and out throughout the world, and of course I can control who I let in to the server as well. Pretty neat stuff. So yeah, again, thanks to the Forsaken Tribe earlier for letting me come into their family for a few days to grind them out, learn about some of their building techniques and so forth. So without further ado, we'll get over to the grind area. Okay, so I'll fly over there. I've got my female Argent. She's a golden eagle. Her name happens to be Goldie Hawn. I've got Bob here too. I just picked this up from a buddy of mine, Nick. So apparently you're supposed to pet this guy near your other tames, and it'll allow it to level up quicker. So we'll see what he does. Hey, look at that. Yeah, they drop poop everywhere. You pick that up and put it into a compost pile for fertilizer. Pretty silly stuff, but it helps, especially when you're raising crops. So here's my grind area. You know, I've got, it's kind of stone, wood, and metal. I've got some modern technologies here. This Industrial Forge was my latest addition. This took forever to grind for. The Industrial Forge on this game requires 2,500 ingot, 250 crystal, 600 cementing paste, 400 oil, and 400 polymer. I was able to gather some polymer from one of the Penguin Islands, and the oil as well. Cementing paste is just pretty tough to find, but I was able to extract that from beaver dams. Got a fabricator here, an old school smithy, and my old forge, some mortar pestle stations to help craft you know, gunpowder, spark powder, or cementing paste, and just random storages that I've got all pin lock labeled for nice organization here of all of my resources. Okay, got ore and ingots behind the generator or the forge. I've got my gas for all the gas powered equipment. I do have this electrical generator, which is currently powering up some lights, and my industrial refrigerator, which is much nicer than your preserver because it holds a lot more and it's supposed to preserve the food for longer. I also have an industrial grill, allows you to cook more food quicker than the campfire. So as you can see here, I just cooked up some fish. I'll go ahead and move those back to my storage. And of course with the meat too. Alright, so I've got some fish and meat. We'll put that into the fridge. You know, being on the console, it's a little cumbersome because I don't have a keyboard yet. I'm thinking about getting a keyboard. Not really required, but it does involve a lot more, you know, finger action here with the joystick, moving that around to get to the keyboard. It's kind of a pain, but I can deal with it. So yeah, this is the grind area. You know, every time I go out farm for materials, whether it be metal or crystal or, you know, whatever, I'll come back in here and I'll process it into its respective storage bins, and then further refine it either through the fabricator or the smithy or forges. Now, the one thing that I'm lacking right now, actually a couple things, is a grinder for one, and a chemical bench, a chemistry bench. The chemistry bench is going to be a challenge because it requires a lot of electronics. All the other materials are pretty easy to find, but the industrial grinder is going to require 800 cementing paste and 600 polymer. So I'm not really in a hurry to get the grinder just yet, but it's nice because it crushes minerals or stone down into flint, so you don't have to do the, you know, grind between your normal metal pickaxe. I'm still grinding the old way with the pickaxe and the axe and scythe. I haven't been able to utilize the tames yet like most people are doing now, but for the most part it's working for me on this server, so doing really well with the resource collection. Back to the kitchen here, I've got an old school cooker. I do have a fireplace somewhere, I can't remember where I put it, but again, the industrial grill is awesome. It's powered by gasoline. You light it up, you place your food on it. Once it's done cooking, you move it back into your fridge and you turn the grill off. Pretty simple. I've got some storage here to place some seeds and berries. I also have a storage for spoiled meat because spoiled meat is very useful for making narcotics, and that's helping you tame animals. I've got a bookshelf here to store recipes. I currently have some recipes, which is pretty cool. A lot of it's, you know, like I've got some kibble here, some chowder. So I've got the egg-based kibble, which is I hear pretty good for either baby animals. I haven't really gotten the baby raising yet on this game, but there's a lot that I'm still learning. I've got a irrigated farm. I'm kind of experimenting with this down here, but I've got a temporary test patch irrigation system in a farm. So I'm still trying to work with you know, this farming method and seeing what is the most efficient way of setting up a farm to grow my own crops instead of having to go out and harvest them. Guys, it didn't take long to harvest crops, but it'd be really neat to be able to concentrate and grow on your own. I don't have these fertilized yet. They're seeded, but they're just not fertilized. It seems like I'm having some trouble with my compost piles. I'm not able to generate enough compost that fast. So going up to the house, I built my location. It shows this location because it overlooks this little crater. There's two ways in. One way on the left there, via the natural sloper terrain from the grass meeting into this rock. Okay, and it's a stone wood structure. I also have a ramp here that helps me with ease of access to the grind area down from this platform here. I do have a smithy and a forge and some mortar pestle stations over here with some storage to kind of help with things around the house. So again, nothing special about the house, guys. You know, I've got it just empty right now. I've got a fireplace, no furniture yet, and still trying to figure out what I want to do with the house. So again, pretty cool. I've got my bed outside in the event that I have to respawn, or buddies have to respawn in, because I've got all the doors locked and pin coded just to kind of keep it secure. So if you end up having to, you know, relocate or spawn in, you could do so outside of the house and not be stuck in. Future plans, like I said, are going to call for a barn, which I'm not too sure exactly where I'm going to put the barn. Maybe behind the grind area, or I don't know, maybe a net clearing over there if there's enough space. So, but again, I've got a stocked fish pond, and there's a lot of dodos around here too, which I can gather up some dodos and create a you know, an egg pen, you know, if you will, to gather dodo eggs. I just haven't had a chance to build that yet. I've seen some pretty cool designs out there. It's also nice for collecting. Fertilizer too. So yeah, that's the homestead, guys. Just a quick tour. Again, Ark Evolved, Ark Survival Evolved. I've been playing it for about a week, and it's a work in progress. So I'll continue to push some more facilities and structures, keep building this homestead out, and push some more content your way. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't, if it's your first time here. And again, thanks for watching. I'll take care.